Hi guys, today we will be dividing polynomials by monomials. You will be responsible for this worksheet. This is the worksheet. This is the front of it and this is the back of it. Okay, I will post it on Google Classroom as well. So if you don't have it, you can print it out and use it for your assignment. To divide a polynomial by a monomial, divide each term in the numerator by the term in the denominator. For exponents, recall the quotient rule. Okay, and everyone should remember our quotient rule. For example, like if we have x to the power a and then x to the power b, the result will be x to the power a minus b. So this is my quotient rule. Okay, I will go over all the odd ones, 1 through 17, and then I'm not going to do the 19, but we'll do the 18th instead. Okay, so let's start with example 1. What we have to do is that we have to divide each numerator by the denominator. So basically we have to divide this, the top by the bottom. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. N squared divided by n is n. So power 2 minus power 1 is power 1. Okay, now we have to divide this negative 36n by 4n. Negative 36 divided by 4 is going to be negative 9, and divided by n is 1. So 9 times 1 is 9. So this is your final answer for this example. All right, example number 2. We're going to do the same thing. There are two terms on top in numerator. So this term and this term. So we're going to divide each one of them by the bottom. Okay, so negative 14x to the 12th, x to the 5th divided by x squared, y squared. So negative 14 divided by 4 or by 7 is going to give me negative 2. X to the 12th power over x to the 2nd power is x to the power 12 minus 2. So x to the 10th power. Y to the 5th over y to the 2nd is y to the 3rd, because 5 minus 2 is 3. Now 7 over 7 is 1. X squared over x squared is 1. Y squared over y squared is 1. So it's plus 1. So it's basically dividing the same by the same. It's going to be 1. So let's go over our odd problems. So it's the same thing here. 6x over 3 is 2x. 9 over 3 is 3. This is your final answer. Same thing here. 8a to the 3rd power divided by a is 8a squared. Negative 2a squared over a is negative 2a. Okay, so 5a over a is 5. So this is my final answer for number 3. So let me just turn the page. Okay, so same thing we're doing here. 18c to the 3rd power over 3c is going to give me 6, because 18 over 3 is 6. 6. C to the 3rd over c is c squared. Negative 21 over 3 is negative 7. C squared over c is c. 3c over 3c is 1, positive 1. Negative 20x squared over 5x is going to give me negative 4, because negative 20 over 5 is negative 4. X squared over x is x. Negative 5x over positive 5x is negative 1. 5x over 5x is 1, negative in front, so minus 1. So this is your final answer. Same thing here. It looks scary, but it's not, if you think about it. Negative 25 over negative 5 is 5. X to the fourth over x to the second is x squared. Y to the third over y is y squared. 20 positive over negative 5 is negative 4. X squared over x squared is 1. So we don't have to write anything here. So 4 times 1 is 4. Y to the fifth over y is y to the fourth. And this is my final answer. So y is the same thing here. 16x to the fourth over 4x squared. 16 over 4 is 4. X to the sixth over x squared is x to the fourth. Negative 12 over 4 is negative 3. X to the second over x squared is x squared. The same thing by the same thing is 1. Next question. Number 13. Negative 24 over 3 is negative 8. X to the seventh over x to the fifth is x squared. 7 minus 2 is 2. 7 minus 5 is 2. That's the reason why it's 2 here. So 9 over 3 is 3. X to the third power over x to the fifth power. So here we have a trick. We're going to put, so it's 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Minus 15x over 3x squared is going to give me negative 5x to the negative fourth power. Okay, now we have to stop and think a little bit what we're going to do with this information. Okay, so let me just make sure. Yes, I did it correctly. So what we're going to do here is we remember that we don't like the negative powers. We have to have positive powers in our final answer. So this is my positive power. It's going to be left alone. In order for the power to become positive, we have to change the floors. We have to put this in denominator. So 3 is going to stay on top, and then x is going to go down with a positive x, with a positive second power. So it was negative power on top. So we could rewrite it like this: 3x to the negative second power over 1. So if we want x to come down, we have to change its power to the opposite. Okay, so it was negative 2, was positive, became positive 2. Same thing here. 5 stays on top, so it's negative in front. 5 stays on top, and x to the fourth power on the bottom. Okay, so this is your final answer for number 13. Okay, number 15 now. So we have a binomial on top, and it has to be divided by a monomial on the bottom. So 28 divided by 4 is 7. X to the fifth over x to the second power is x to the third. Y to the fourth over y to the second is y squared. Z plus 8 over 4 is 2. X to the fourth over x to the squared is x squared. Y, because 3 minus 2 is 1, so it's y to the first power. And then here we have just 1, so we're not going to put anything else there. So this is my final answer. Number 17, the directions are to put it all together. So we will connect a couple of skills that we learned previously and today. So what we see here, we have a fraction, so we have to divide using the skills that we just learned. So why don't we do it now? 15x squared over 3x is 5x plus 6x over 3 is 2. Okay, so this is my result for this, for the circle part. So I'm going to put it inside of the parentheses. That's how we know that we are going to multiply the whole thing by this binomial here. And then we're going to use the skill from the previous lesson to simplify this expression. So we are going to use FOIL method. We're going to multiply the first term in this first binomial by the first term in the second binomial. So 5x times 2x is 10x squared. Now, first by the second, 5x times negative 1 is negative 5x. Now we're going to take the second term and multiply it by the first. 2 times 2x is positive 4x, and 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Now we're going to combine these two terms. So 10x squared is left alone, negative 2 is left alone, negative 5x plus 4x is going to give me negative 1x, because negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. Negative 1 what? Negative 1x. 1 is not written in front of the x. So this is my final answer. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my final problem for the video. And it's going to be this problem. I copied it. So first we have to see what we see here. So it's a minus in here. So what we see is that we have to multiply this monomial by this binomial. Then once the answer is clear here, we can divide it by the bottom, and then we'll see what we can do. The first thing is first. 2 times 7 is 14. R to the third power times R to the 10th is R to the 7th is R to the 10th. Now, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. R to the third times R to the third is R to the 6th. R to the S to the 8th times S to the 4th is S to the 12th power. Minus 2R to the 10th, S to the 8th minus, here we have to be careful. We had a negative in front of the parentheses. So it's negative times positive, and I have the negative. So now to get rid of those parentheses totally, I have to watch my signs. So it's negative times negative is positive. So this negative means it's negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 6 is positive 6R to the 6th power, S to the 12th power. Okay, let me see if I have it right. I do. So, can we combine any like terms on top here? Let's see if we can do that. So here I have R to the 7th. Here I have R to the 6th, S to the 12th, and then R to the 6th, S to the 12th. So my conclusion is these two terms are like terms, and I'm going to combine them before I divide. So I'm going to leave this alone. And then I'm going to combine these. Negative 10 plus 6 is negative 4R to the 6th, S to the 12th. And then I'm going to subtract whatever is left on top there. And I'm going to divide by 4R squared, S to the 4th. Okay, so 14 over 4 is the same thing as 7 over 2. Let me just see if I did it right. Well, I did not. I missed this S to the 8th power. Okay, so S to the 8th power was supposed to be right here because we multiplied this S to the 8th power was here. So the first thing is 14R to the 10th, S to the 8th. So I'm going to put it more clearly. To the 10th and S to the 8th. So S to the 8th is going to be right here as well. Sorry about that. We all live and learn and make mistakes, okay? So I did not combine enough like terms. So I just realized that I have like terms here as well. So it's R to the 10th, S to the 8th, and R to the 10th, S to the 8th. So these two terms are like terms. So 14 minus 2 is going to give me 12. 12 R to the 10th, S to the 8th. And then I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to divide it finally by the bottom. Okay? So 12 divided by 4 is 3. r to the 8th, because 10 minus 2 is 8. S to the 8th over s to the 4th is s to the 4th. And then negative 4 over 4 is negative 1. I'm going to leave that number alone because I'm not going to put 1 in front of the variables. R to the 6th over R to the 2nd is R to the 4th. R to the 4th. And then s to the 12th over s to the 4th is s to the 8th power. So I think I did it right this time. I caught my mistake. So guys, your assignment is to listen to this video, watch this video, write everything down what I did on this video, and you're responsible for the rest of the problems. Okay, have a good day, guys. I hope you're doing well. Bye.